Hey, welcome again. I want to talk today about the city soul, and there's going to be a lot of explanations about the city soul. Something that basically what you do is you take the Old Testament whenever it's talking about the cities, um, the wars going on in the Old Testament, the walls of the city, the health of the city within um, the borders themselves, the mountain, the government. Every aspect of a city is something that we apply to our lives, to our soul. And our soul represents the city itself, and our spirit represents the mountain upon which is the throne of Christ, the throne of God, and your throne, where you are seated with Christ to rule over your city and over the earth. And the earth represents the earth, your body. Your body represents the earth. Your soul represents the city, your spirit represents the mountain, and your body represents the earth in its fallen state. But you can convert when you get your spirit onto the throne seated with Christ, the earth becomes your footstool. And first you gotta settle, you gotta fix up your city, your soul, and then you can bring about the New Jerusalem in your city, and that will begin to govern all the nations of the world, of your flesh, the different areas of your life. Parts of your nature, your personality, struggles, emotions, and stuff. So, now a lot of people have their cities in bad shape, and it's the presence. The presence of someone is their city. Now, imagine a city, you're in a helicopter and you're looking down, you fly over the city, and this city's just crazy. All kinds of drama going on, raids, drug raids, what's that called? Rioting and poverty, trash everywhere. We don't want that kind of a soul. Wild, and dangerous animals roaming the streets and devouring people. Violence, all kinds of drama. Now that can happen in our soul, and basically, I like to think of it. I like to think of it as I'll call her back. I like to think of it as your presence, and like imagine if you're standing in a room and just a regular bedroom or a living room, and everywhere you go, that is what encircles you in the spiritual realm. And you want to have that room dedicated to God, your presence, your soul, dedicated fully to God. The walls are up in your room, in your apartment, but in the spiritual realm, are they? Are there holes in the walls? So you can imagine this spiritual realm around you, this city soul around you when you're sitting in your living room. Now imagine there's a hole in the wall and a bunch of little enemies are coming in, invading, and there's all kinds of illegal activity, um, terrorism, spiritual terrorism, vultures picking away at the dead, foxes spoiling the vine, messing up the fruit. So it just goes on and on and on. But yeah, the Bible is full of this imagery, especially in the book of Nehemiah. So the City Soul playlist is on my Facebook. My Facebook is Nicholas Enloe, 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 Nicholas Enloe, Facebook, and I got a playlist. I mean a photo album with a bunch of City Soul diagrams or whatever they call it. Um, there, so you can check out the idea. Well, God's awesome, and He has shown us the way to liberty through Christ. And to maintain that liberty, we keep our we keep Him in our presence, and we keep us in His presence. And we also want to grow up to be like our Father, you know. And to grow up to be like your Father means you learn to rule as well. If your father is a mechanic, you grow up. There's a good chance you might grow up to be a mechanic. And in doing that, you become like your Father. Well, God wants us to become like Him. So Christ said we'll do greater works. He said He shares His glory and honor with us. We'll be like Him. The Father sent Him. He sends us in the same way the Father sent Him. So we are also to be exalted in many ways, and we are to rule as kings and queens and priests and priestesses and government officials of all sorts in the kingdom of heaven. Earth is our resume for heaven. So right now you are filling out your resume for your position in heaven. And well, that's good. I'll talk to you guys later about all this other stuff, alright, you guys and girls. Have a great supernatural day. And thanks for stopping by. Spread some wisdom and knowledge when you can. And some love. Love and unity. Alright.